Hello, and welcome to Living Out Loud. I am Laura, and I am here to share my colorful journey with you. So sit back and get comfortable because we got lots to talk about. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me on this episode of Living Out Loud with Laura. On this episode, we have a very, very, very special guest, a guest that is near and dear to my heart, which is my husband, John. Yay! So everyone, welcome my husband, John, to the show. Welcome. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, honey, how are you today?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful.
Wonderful. Let everybody know how excited you are to be on the show.
I am so excited. Yes, very not excited, but excited for you.
So if
This is not my thing, it's yours.
If you've not had the pleasure of meeting me and my husband in person and getting to be around us in person, and if everybody happens to think that in order to keep up with me, you have to have a big bubbly personality as well, you're going to see that my husband is vastly different than I am. Wonderful, very charismatic in his own way, but vastly different than me. And that's really important because I want to definitely show that, because I believe a lot of people think you need to be as loud, bubbly, and outspoken as me to be a strong ally. And that's just not the truth, because my husband is just as strong as me, if not stronger, and clearly has a vastly different take on everything and way of portraying it than I do.
Oh, yes. So I just might cut myself out of all of this when I go through the edit.
Yes, we're not going to do that because it's very important. Otherwise, it's going to sound really weird, me having like hallucinations, and it's going to sound like I'm schizophrenic talking to myself. And I don't need anybody to say that I'm hearing voices, okay? Because we've already needed to try to get that out of my medical records once because the doctor misunderstood.
Oh, yeah.
So we have been doing this podcast. There's 21 episodes that we've released, and this is going to be our episode 22. And
Lucky
I'm
22.
excited because 22 is my favorite number. It
Yep.
has always had very good significance for me. It's my birthday. And what else is it? There's two other dates that revolve around the 22, baby.
Oh, am I being what? Oh, of course, our wedding anniversary.
Uh-huh.
And then another one.
Oh, when we first started dating.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Way back in 1991. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Yes. So we started dating
11/22.
11/22/1991, and then my birthday is September 22nd, and then we got married on April 22nd, 1994. See, I did good. I had to be careful with the numbers. My husband
Only
is
29 years.
amazing at numbers. 29 years. I have to count on my fingers to get to things. So
don't worry, it's only going to be 32 years since we started dating.
I know. Up. And considering the fact that we started dating when I was 15, more than half of my life has been spent with you.
Yeah, I was not that old either.
So
cool.
I think we've managed to hit over more than half of your life has been with me as well.
Oh, yeah.
So
over.
So to say that we have grown up together has been an understatement then. Wouldn't you agree then?
Oh, we've gone through a lot. From high school to kids to jobs to everything. And all your wonderful medical.
Yeah. All the wonderful medical, the joy that just keeps on giving. So let's talk about the health a little bit. Let's just get that monster out of the room. I want to give everybody an update as to what is going on. When I began this podcast, as you are aware, part of it was at the direction of my primary care doctor, who thought it was important for me to talk about my journey with our baby Ruth and also with my health, because she has been on this journey with us for quite a while, right? So, you know, and I know that when this started and I started seeing the doctor very, very frequently and agreeing to be 100% compliant. And as a
Hmm.
nurse, that's hard to do. But in 2018, I agreed to be 100% compliant with the doctors and follow everything that they said to try to figure out what was going wrong because I was really, really not feeling well. So, in part of that, I went to lots of doctors and I argued and argued and argued and tried like hell to keep the diagnosis of fibromyalgia off that chart. And it was literally at the last resort where we had done the complete circle of all the specialists. And I finally looked at them at the primary care's office and said, okay, fine, send me to the rheumatologist. I'll go. So that is how we ended up, or I ended up getting the diagnosis of fibromyalgia. However, since we've started this podcast, my health journey has just continued to intensify, right?
That's a good way to say it.
So, another thing, I've been told by some people, and gotten the feedback that I make my health stuff look easy. So, and I know that I on my bad days, I don't think it looks easy whatsoever. But I can you just share, if you don't mind, what some of my bad days do look like and some of the things that you do have to do for me?
Oh my. Uh, well, on your bad days, almost everything I got to do for you. A lot of times you're stuck in bed. Uh, Many of the times, yeah, a lot of the whatever we call those, the convulsions, the
Episodes.
rigors, the episodes. Oh yes, we've had a few in some not fun places, like as you're taking a shower, and the one time I just came in and you just like must have passed out and hit the wall. Think you've knocked some doors off of the hinges before falling down from these episodes. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a little tough and a little rough on some of the days. So,
There's been some times that my coordination was so bad that I could not feed myself. I couldn't use forks and spoons and utensils whatsoever.
yeah.
Yeah. And then during the episodes, when I'm experiencing the rigors, it is very, very scary because like all my muscles are very, very tense. And that's exactly what it is. Like I'm completely tensing. I'm not going to do it now because it's not good for me.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
um, but I go through that and I can't move voices, like I can't open my mouth, I can't do all those things. And I know that I have tears just coming at my out of my eyes as I'm staring at you.
No,
So that can't be fun to watch.
no, not fun at all. I literally called 911 one time because I thought you were literally dying. So yes.
And now we have found out that actually what has happened is I actually have gone into cardiac arrest on multiple occasions where what happens is my breathing stops and then my heart stops. And then we hope that my heart will restart. So far, so good. The heart has restarted every single time, obviously, as I'm here talking with y'all. There's a chance that that won't happen. It's a chance that I can be very much by myself and that would occur. And um, I would hope I wouldn't be able to call 911 because I'd be unconscious. So I would not be able to do that. Now, so what's really cool is that
Yeah,
on
the
my
watch.
watch, if I fall, if I do not respond to it, it calls 911 for me. Yay! The excitement that never ends.
Yep.
Um,
Luckily, I don't think we've had to have that call 911 yet.
no, not when I've been by myself. No, luckily, no. And that's a really good thing. Ooh, look, Lincoln Financial has agreed to pay me again. So another fun fact is that I'm out on FMLA, which is very frustrating for me because I very much enjoy working. I get a lot of satisfaction out of working. Um, I've really worked very hard um in the course of our relationship and since I was 15 when we got together. striving to be a professional. So even when I became a nurse, I went from bedside nursing into more of a corporate position and doing more of like the corporate Barbie kind of start type stuff and whatnot. Um, so for me, being out of work is very, very frustrating and difficult because I really do want to work. However,
Yeah.
one of the not so fun things is even though I've been out since June 10th from work, I am still waiting confirmed full diagnoses for them to even be able to start trying to figure out any kind of treatment plan for me.
Yep.
So I want to talk about our healthcare system a little bit in this.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I want to do this because what I believe that I'm beginning to understand and see is that just like with many of the LGBTQIA issues, that there's a lot of really, really good people out there that are just kind of blind to what's going on because they hear, let's say, politicians or people that they feel are in places of authority giving them facts about things, right? So there's a lot of misinformation or misinterpretation. Now, I too, once in my life, thought that all of the majority of our politicians were out there to support us and make sure that everything was going very well. One of the things that I struggle with the healthcare system is the fact that getting appointments. Once again, I'm going to loop back. So I've been out of work since June 10th, and before that, I was having some of those episodes, which we were talking about that weren't lovely while I was trying to push and keep working because that's what good girls do and good people do. And all Americans, you got to go work, you got to go work, you got to go work, right? Because if you're not working, you're lazy, right? So I don't want anybody to ever think I'm lazy because that's not a good thing to have anybody tell you that you're lazy. So even on the days where I felt like I was dying, I was trying to pull myself up and push myself to work. Not the
Very
best thing to
frustrating.
do when you're sick. But once again, I've been out of work since June 10th. My doctor gave me a referral to go to the cardiologist for a tilt table test because when we were in the office, I finally said to her, you know, I pass out when I swallow. There's all these other things going on. Could this possibly be vasovagal syncope? Finally, at that time is when she apparently had a epiphany
Epiphany. Yep.
epiphany. And I did get a new cardiologist referral with specifically for tilt table test. So went to the cardiologist and we sat with him,
Yep.
which is a great cardiologist. I'm not complaining, but talking about the healthcare system and just how it works. So now I've seen my primary care. I've seen the neurologist. The neurologist is actually the one that told the primary care, those are not epileptic seizures she's having, those are rigors. So the neurologist is the one that diagnosed the rigors. So yay, we got that one. Hence now cardiology, because I said vagal syncope. Because once again, we know I pass out because I've been doing that forever.
Yeah, they finally figured out that it wasn't seizures because you decided to have an episode at the doctor's office. The doctor recorded it, video recorded it, and sent it to the neurologist. So,
Yes.
yeah, that's when they're
Finally.
like, well, that's actually not a seizure. That's something else.
And
So,
we've been trying to track that down since 2018. And
yeah,
the problem is, unless you have it in front of them, they're telling you to describe what's going on. We have been describing it perfectly. They just hadn't been able to figure out what it was. Even
correct.
the primary care, me doing it in front of her, had no idea what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. So we go to the cardiologist and the cardiologist legit says, I know your doctor sent you over here for a tilt table test. However, I don't think you need that. I believe that we can get the answers from these other tests that we need to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the 3 that I've actually completed with them is, well, okay, I
Tried to complete.
fully completed 2. I got halfway with 1. So I did the echo, which the structure of my heart is perfect. Yay! I was supposed to wear a heart monitor for 4 weeks. However, at 2 weeks, it had burnt so bad into my body that you could see where the metal had been touching, like I was being branded by an iron of some sort.
Yep.
So, got 2 weeks on that one, and I had to pull the plug on that. So then we went for a peripheral artery study test, which is basically an echo, and they play with the veins in your legs, just so everybody knows. So you lay down on the table for like, I don't know, like for 45 minutes or so, and they're pushing on the veins and arteries in your legs and all this fun stuff. And they're ultrasounding it to see how your rebound and your flow is and all this great stuff. Had a bad reaction to that.
Didn't finish that one either. Almost finished it.
Well,
Very close.
they actually, I had an episode. They stopped it. They came back in and they did finish it actually. So I do actually have the.
Actually, according to the report, one of the legs wasn't completed. But I wasn't going to tell you that until now.
Well, now I know that because I didn't read it. So they just handed it and said it looked fine. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
And I didn't even read it that it said that it hadn't been completed. So, okay. So it
Yeah,
hadn't
everything
been
up
completed.
to that point. Yeah, everything up to that point was good. So
Up until the point where I had the episode, everything was really good. So then everything that I've been complaining about, right? The shortness of breath when I'm doing nothing but walking a couple feet, the confusion, the brain fog, the paleness, the dizziness, everything between me walking out the one exam room door to the lobby's counter, which was what, maybe 30, 40 feet?
not even, yeah.
Everything happened while I was standing there talking with the cardiologist. So since I had an episode during the peripheral artery while we were standing there, he had decided that, you know what? We're going to go ahead and do that tilt table test now.
Yeah, imagine that. Back to the tilt table test.
However,
Kind of.
I still ended up getting to go to the ER because between him explaining that, I ended up on the ground experiencing a syncopal episode. My blood pressure got to 210 over 110. I got very, very confused, was talking a little wonky. And they kind of scared the cardiologist a little bit and the office staff. And they sent me to the hospital.
Or the reason why we were at the cardiologist.
Yes. And what did the hospital discharge me with the instructions to do?
It's something like when you stand up slowly and take your time doing stuff like that, I think.
And if I feel faint again, to sit down.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't pass out.
Or lay down. Yeah.
Okay. And where was I in the doctor's office when they called 911 and transported me to the hospital?
Oh, laying on the floor.
Okay. So I had done what the ER had discharged me with the instructions to do. And also the best part was follow up with my cardiologist.
Yeah. Follow up with the person that just sent me there. Yep.
Yeah. So then the next day we go there and because I had an appointment with the cardiologist. However, the cardiologist, I guess after the episode before, they decided we're not going to do that. So then they tried to send me. He ordered a CT coronary calcium score and a tilt table test. So now the insurance has denied the CT calcium score, and that's to check to see what my risk of a heart attack is. Okay. And now we found out that the cardiologist is not allowed to order a tilt table test. Right?
Yeah. Confusing.
So I had to call the cardiologist's office and tell the cardiologist's office that they can't order the tilt table test. So they had to figure out what to do to get me this tilt table test. So they found out that they needed to send me to an electrophysiologist. Yes.
Another doctor.
Another doctor. I didn't even know about this kind. Wow, this is amazing. Okay. So
doctor number 75.
exactly. No. Although we've never had one of these before, so this is pretty cool. So here is me calling. So I get the referral on my hot little hands. So I call the office to make the appointment. And I call, and the person says, yes, we have the referral right here. I see it. Here's all your medical records to go with it. I am going to send this over to the scheduling person so she can call and schedule you this appointment with this doctor.
Hmm.
Yay! So I hang up, wait. About 30 minutes later, I get a call back from this place. I'm so excited. So I answer, and the woman on the other side tells me that you cannot just make an appointment for these, that you have to have a referral and your medical records have to be sent over. Now, very
Okay.
confused again.
Yep. I
I'm like,
thought that's what they did.
yeah. I'm like, I called earlier and I just confirmed with somebody that you had the referral and the medical records. That's how she sent me to you the information for me to schedule this. Oh, let me see if it's somewhere else. Okay. So apparently they put it in the wrong place. Okay, never, it happens. Everybody works someplace and people file things inappropriately on times. So then this is my favorite part. Oh, we can't schedule that. That doctor's nurse has to call you and schedule you specifically.
Oh, fun and games.
So here I am. Now, this started on June 10th, just the referral and everything. I also have a stat referral to Mayo Clinic, which got me on a 3-month waiting list for them to call me to make an appointment with me, which, by the way, I'm only in month 2. So I haven't even made it to the 3-month mark for my stat neuro referral to the Mayo Clinic for these episodes that I'm having, which causes my heart to stop and me stop breathing.
Yeah.
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 So now we're on August 15th. Still no tilt table test that was asked for on June 10th. So it's very frustrating because this is why I'm saying I believe that there's a lot of good-hearted people that don't understand. I believe that we have TV shows that portray people going to the emergency room and they're like, hey, you're here. We're going to do every single thing we can do to fix you. What has been your experience with me going to the ER?
It's more like we show up, they're like, check our vitals, do some tests, and everything looks to be fine. Go home, rest.
Yep.
Well, that accomplished absolutely nothing.
Correct. So I get nowhere at all. A matter of fact, the last time I went to the emergency room, not this time where the doctor sent me, but the time before that, the last time I went to the emergency room, I went there after I had an upper GI, right? So I had been scoped. They had blown up my chest with a whole bunch of air, right? And I was in massive, horrible pain. Like I literally thought I was having a heart attack. It was that bad. I'm a nurse. I've had kidney stones. I've had really bad things happen. And I thought I was having a heart attack and dying because I remember you asking me the hospital. I'm like, and I didn't want to tell
like
you
that.
I
I
thought
can't
I
hear
was
you.
having a heart attack. I yelled, sorry. I said to you, I don't care which hospital, just get me to a hospital. Because I was literally scared to death that I was having a heart attack at the moment, but got there at the hospital. Doctor assessed the situation, decided that I was probably just in pain from the scope, gave me a some kind of scan where I had some contrast. I ended up reacting to it. I ended up breaking out in hives all over, which actually probably isn't a reaction to that, by the way, now that I see where this is going. But then I'm vomiting. So right now I've just been there because I'm in immense pain and now I'm just vomiting uncontrollable. The doctor discharges me and the nurse pushes me in a wheelchair out of the emergency room while I'm still vomiting to get in the car with my husband. So
Yeah.
I didn't really get any help. They shot me up with morphine and sent me out of the hospital. Did not do
And follow up with your doctor.
and follow up with the doctor. I truly, truly, truly wish this was all in jest, but this is literally me as a nurse who works in the healthcare company system, in the healthcare insurance system, and in a facet, me frustratingly trying to fight my way tooth and nail through our healthcare system. And I hear people like this Moms for Liberty wanting to pull the most basic screening for healthcare out of our schools because they don't feel that healthcare is for everybody. And the reason that I'm bringing it up is I'm being told that I don't want to work by people. People are considering that I'm lazy, that I'm out having fun and enjoying every single day. And people have taken this in my multiple FMLA trips out since 2018 as me going on extended vacations. Now, when you're
They have
watching me,
not been. They have not been vacations. No.
no, I try my best to enjoy. I can't watch new TV shows because I can't keep up with them. So John watches TV when he's not with me to watch new TV shows because I can't keep up with it. I don't know what's going on. The brain fog is very bad that way. It's just not information that my body is willing to keep up with.
Yeah.
So I'm not lazy. I can promise you, if anything, I want to work and I want to do more than anybody. John likes to joke around and tell me that I have 2 speeds, on and off.
Yeah, that's full speed or complete stop. There's no in between. There's no speed control. It's like pedal the metal or slam the brakes, one or the other.
Life doesn't always allow us to laugh out loud, but we always have the choice to live our lives out loud. So until next time, don't forget to LOL, live out loud.